Hello and welcome to the Mastercam 2021 Lathe programming session. So in the previous session I told you that how we can use OD turning using canned cycle and general cycle. So in this session I will show you that how we can use OD finishing cycles using general cycle and canned cycle. So let's go to the turning strategy. So here I will show you, this one is the general finishing cycle and this one is the canned finishing cycle, right? So first I will show you that how we can use this canned finish cycle. So simply I will click on that, and here we will define the tool. So for finishing purpose we will use this kind of tool, because this tool having so much clearance in the holder. And here we will use VNMG1604.8, not 0.8, we will use corner radius of 0.4. okay, and we will rename it here 04, right? So I will click on this, okay, and here we can define the tool number, 4 number, and here we will give the feed rate 0.05, and RPM 1500, or we can make it 200 minimum and 1200 maximum, and we will use CSS, constant surface speed. And here we will define the home position. So we will define home position using user defined. So I will select here define and select on that, and I will select here, come here, or your tool will come here, and after that it will come on this part, right? So I will say okay, and here we will go to the canned finish parameter, and here you have to define that which canned operation and which canned rough parameters you want to follow for this finishing toolpath. So here you can define, first you can see first one is lathe canned rough. So you can remember that this one is the lathe canned rough which we have used for facing purpose. So we will not select on that, we will select on this, because in the previous session we used this lathe canned rough for OD turning. So now if we will select this one, then our finishing toolpath will follow the same wireframe from this canned rough parameter. So I will select on that, and here I will say okay. So once I will click OK, it will, you can see all the material has been removed by this tool. So I will show you the back plot. I will click on that and I will say play. So as you can see, this is the finishing toolpath which is going on, and you can see this tool is plunging in this area, right? So if you don't want to plunge in this area, then you can fill this area, so your tool will not plunge in this area. So you can customize it as per your choice. Okay, so I will customize it, because I don't want to plunge my tool in this area. So simply I will select, I will create a line in that area, and then I will say okay, from this point to this point. Okay, fantastic. So I will select all this curve, okay, this line, this line, this line, and this area, and all this area, and this line, and I will say hide. So as you can see, this is the wireframe, this is the OD turning wireframe which we have to follow for OD turning and OD finishing, right? Okay, so I think we are missing some geometry. So I will go to the home tab, and here I will select it again. This one we forgot to select, so I will select it again, and here what I will do, I will go to the lathe canned rough, and I will select this parameter. So very easily we can follow the same wireframe in the finishing canned cycle from here to here, okay, and I will say reason that. So our tool will not plunge in this cavity area. As you can see, now it's looking good. So I will select on that. This one is can drop and this one is lathe can drop. Okay. So it's looking good. And here in the lathe can finish cycle, I will select it again and I will say regenerate. So as you can see now this area is looking completely safe, and here we can use our grooving tools to remove this material properly. So let's check the simulation. So if you want to check the simulation, then you can go to the verify tab, but okay, we will check that. So I will select this one, facing, and OD turning, OD finishing, and I will select here. First I will save it and then I will select on verify selected operations. So we can check the actual simulation with the material, so we will understand it easily that how our tool is moving on the material and how it is removing the materials from the areas. So let's play it. So I will limit the speed, and here I will go to the verify tab, and here I will select color loop. So once I will click on that, it will start all the toolpath using color coding, and here I will say play. So this is facing cycle and this one is OD turning cycle, which is going on, and after that you will see the finishing cycle will run in the last, and this is the finishing cycle which has been run, and you can see it's looking good, fantastic. So now we will create grooving toolpath. So let's close this, and here we will go to the okay. So as you can see I think there is some material, so we need to remove that. If you will not remove that, that will be not good. So let's see how our finishing tool is going on. So let's play it. Okay. So it's going perfectly, but it's not plunging in this area. So let's see why it is not plunging. Go to the parameter tab, and here let's see. Okay, so in this canned cycle we don't have plunge options, right? So now I will show you that why general cycle is very useful for this kind of profile. So I will select on that finishing, and I will select the last chain, and here I will say okay. So here I will use the same tool, and here I will go to the finish parameter, and here now I will say finish step over 2. No, I need only one passes, and step over will be, if we will say one passes, then step over will automatically calculate by the software, and stock to live in X, stock to live in Z, that will be 0, because now we are going to finish it completely. So I will say 0, and here this is very important. Compensation type you can define if you want to do if you want to use D value in your machine. So you can say it where, so you will get toolpath in G41D1. So you can select that from here. If you don't want, you can say computer, and composition direction you can select here right or left. That will be completely right, because this chain is here, so it will be right. And roll cutter around corners you can say none. So if you don't want to remove all the sharp edges, so you can say none, and if you want to remove all the sharp edges, you want to make it round, so you can say all. So it will create it will remove the sharp edges automatically. No need to create fillets and all. And here you can say this is lead in out. So here you can give the lead in out values. So I will say minimum 1 mm, and your tool will plunge like this in 0 degree. And here we can say lead out in 45 degree, because we don't want to touch the actual part with the insert. So we can say 45 degree, not 0 degree. We can say 45 degree or 90 degree. 90 degree will be not very good. So we can say 45 degree, and here we can say length of exit, that will be 1 mm. It's looking good, perfect. So let's say okay. And here you can see this is the parameter which we need in this profile. So because we want to plunge in this area, right? So we can say here plunge in all the area, and we can say okay. And here in the filter option we can give the tolerances 0.001, okay. And here chip break option is there. So if you want to give a length of cut, you can give here 10 mm of length of cut, but this is not roughing tool path, so we will not use it. Chip break, okay. So you can see this is the finishing direction. So finishing direction is in upper side, so it's good. Make it active, and now we have done everything. All the parameter has been filled properly, so now we can say okay. So now you can see this is the finishing tool path. So let's play it, okay. So you can see still it's leaving some material in this corner area. So now what we will do, we will create a single pass finish tool path using right hand tool. So let's save it, and I will go to the finishing tab, and here I will select from this area to this area, and I will use this tool, and here I will go to the tool number 5 number and feed 0.05, RPM 200 to 1200, and user defined, we will set user defined. So we can define that from here. So I will select that, okay. And now we'll go to the finish parameter, and here step over number of finish passes, we will say 1 passes. Stuck to leave in X 0, and stuck to leave in Z, that will be also 0. As you can see, now we can select the direction. So this one will be the direction for left to right, and all the things will be same. Lead in out, plunge parameter, that's good. Filter, yeah, it's good, okay. So you can see now it is showing some tool collision with stock. Continue, okay. Let's say it okay. Let's play it. That tool collision was showing because we didn't given any extra entities, that's why it was showing some collision with the stock, okay. It's looking good. So let's play it and see how it is working at actual. So we will select all the tool path which we have to run in this verification mode. So I will select first, and then I will select OD kind rough, and then I will select this finishing tool path, this one, and all the things I will select, and I will say verify all the selected operation. And now you can see the tool path processing is going on, and now it's loading. And now we will select here, and I will say play it. So here we can control that from here, and we will say play. So I will select verify with color loop. It's looking good, and let's see how it is working. So it's going good. So now it is removing the material from this side, okay. You can see that this material has been removed very easily with this tool. So it's very easy to use here now. And the next operation will be for grooving. So let's close this session.